Yo, 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 what is going on? Welcome back to another video. It is Thursday. We've had PPI come out at 8:30 New York time. This is what I'm thinking going into open. I'd like to quickly actually draw attention to these two images. This was a while ago, December 7th. Someone asked me, how do you trade all-time highs? And honestly, this is the only thing I'd want to see. Obviously, we have the all-time high overnight London session chopping around, high time from imbalance, sell side take and SMT, then this provides us with the internal model to take a long just to all time high. That's what I'm confident with. That's what I could only take. And I'm going to be bullish until I've seen something like this. Until I see this, I'm not wanting to take a short, and I won't really look to trade this move because this is the higher time frame displacement leg down, and then that would prove that I can now look for shorts, and then obviously the next couple of days trade something like this. Moves higher into an inverse FOMO gap or FOMO gap that holds SMT at the buy side, and then sell offs, whatever. But this is what I want to see really. The next couple of days, just like a sell off during London or overnight session, to then give us what we want to trade back to all time highs again, because there's no reason to look for shorts, and that is what it's looking like today. Obviously, yesterday, sell side was taken. On Tuesday, an SMT was put in, and then we just displaced through this high and through this high on NQ. And now we're getting some sort of pullback, so it would be nice to trade the continuation back to all-time high again. There is an SMT at the highs, which I am wary of. Obviously, ES did not even take this high, let alone the all-time high, but there is an SMT at the highs, but I'm not expecting that to hold. On the 4 hour now, this 4 hour imbalance was ran through, but again, we want to look at discount of the range, which fair value gap is in discount. This one is, so I'd like to see, I think I'd like to see a little bit more. I think ES has just tapped equilibrium, discount of the range. So I'd like to see an SMT at some lows for me to have a protected low on NQ for me to take a trade. That is what I'd like to see. Scaling down now to the 1 hour. Obviously, there's 1 hour imbalances here that are currently holding. PPI did do some damage. We have an SMT at the data high at the minute, but I'm looking for longs personally. I'm more bullish today. I'd like to see these imbalances hold. So I wouldn't want to see this SMT hold either. But who knows what's going to happen. For me to be bullish, though, this 5-minute imbalance needs to be ran through. This would validate the bullish bias. Same on ES. It's currently not. Oh, no, we didn't have an SMT. Equal highs. That is why I remember now. 6087.5. This high, 6087.5. We've got equal highs on ES. So no SMT as such. I believe they're the 1 hour highs. Yeah, equal highs. ES didn't take them with the PPI candle, so obviously I would look to see those taken. Market doesn't make equal highs for no reason, so I'd hope to see some form of manipulation lower at open, an SMT maybe at the data low, to then trade up to data high, and then buy side. That is what I'm looking at going into open. It's like this, a line in that the high time frame, aligning these curves. That's what I'm looking at going into open. So I'll catch you guys when I've won, lost, or not taken a trade. Peace. Alrighty, what is up? So what we wanted to see played out. I didn't take a trade on my XFA, and I didn't take the trade that I wanted to take on either account because I hesitated and I wanted an SMT, even though it wasn't really necessary. But this all comes down to experience. Again, it's only been a while, like a month now, trading like this, coming up on the month. So it all comes down to just experience. I did take a trade on the 15-second on my combine, which was very FOMO driven, but I got away with it. So bad habit. But I just missed my entry and I had a bit of FOMO, to be honest, because it was a really good entry and it was exactly what I wanted to see happen. But I just didn't see it playing out, but it did. Well, I could see it playing out. I knew it would happen, but I just wanted to see more, really, and that comes down to experience. But anyway, so obviously day after CPI is obviously renowned to be very slow. Literally for the first 40 minutes of open, we just chopped around in this range, nothing at all, and then at about 10:07 we started to manipulate lower to take out data low on both indexes. We took out data low on both, but on ES the data low was in discount of this range from this low to this high, and NQ wasn't, which is why I hesitated, because yeah, so this 4 hour was being respected. This 4 hour got closed below, but it's still holding. It wasn't ran through, it was slightly closed below. Yeah, so data low was taken. NQ didn't hit discount, which is why I wanted to see an SMT. I wanted to see a protected low, which is pretty, yeah. But yeah, data low was taken. It's very clear accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Price doesn't really have a reason to come down here anyway, because we just distributed straight through. There's no need for an SMT as well, because ES hit discount, NQ didn't. I think an SMT is needed if both doesn't hit discount, because then there's a protected low. But I think if one's hit discount, then the other really has no reason to go back there, you know, because one's already hit discount. So that's an SMT. There's a cracking correlation there because ES hit discount, whatever you want to call it. Has ES taken those equal highs now? Yes, just about. But yeah, price came down, took out data low on both, ES in discount. And then there was strong moves up. This isn't a change in the state because I wouldn't consider this a manipulation leg. That is not a change in the state because it's not. If this came down and took out this low, then that would be a change in the state, but it wasn't because it didn't take out a thing. So this is the series of down close candles. Yes, there was a break of structure, market structure shift, whatever here as well. But you know. So this is a series of down close candles that took out data low. Here's the change in the state here, and also inverse this imbalance. This could have been an entry in itself, straight off the inverse fair value gap. I would have wanted to maybe see a pullback to the inverse fair value gap. That didn't happen. If that happened, I probably would have got in. That didn't happen. This candle closed above the series of down close candles, changed in the state, pullback to the change in the state on the following candle, chopped around there for a little bit, and then displacement up. Now I didn't enter because I didn't know where to put my stop because there was no SMT. Because if I had my stop here, way too big. But I guess because this imbalance opened up, this should hold. So it could have gone there, or it could have gone just at the candle beneath the inverse fair value gap. That could have been where it went. I didn't really know where to put my stop, which is why I didn't take it. But I always need to remember that usually about 5-10 minutes, maybe max, after being in the trade, if it's going in my direction, there should be a point where I can go break even. Like right here, for example, this imbalance opens up. We come in and tap it and fill it and hold it. So my stop can now go to break even because that's where that candle opened up. So literally, 5 minutes after entering the trade, I could have gone break even anyway, and it still would have won as well. Because if the draw is there, then that should hold. So really, that's on me. That's just not enough experience executing. So it's a missed trade, and this should have been the trade of the day. It would have been risking $128 on the XFA, making $229. But again, it doesn't really matter. Someone I've been talking to, he also does YouTube and trades quite a bit, is Evan Trades, and he said today, even if price moves without me, I, as a trader, am not worried about what money he's missed out on because that brings emotion and bad decisions. And that is so real. But I made a bit of a mistake today and took another trade after this. So that is a trade that should have been taken. That is one I would have been very happy taking, very happy losing, because it's very, I was bullish. I wanted to align the model. Here's the sell side of the curve, the buy side of the curve, and on the bigger time frame, we've got the sell side of the curve right here. And then I wanted to align those two. And that would have been a good trade, and I would have been super happy with it. But the trade I ended up taking was on the 15 second. So obviously there's the 1 minute change in the state. Honestly, price is fractal. It's the same models on each time frame anyway. So I missed this initial entry. There was also the 5 minute change in the state, never got pulled back to either. But I saw this 1 minute imbalance, and then I scaled in to the 15 second. And what I like to say we need to see sell side taken in an area we expect to reverse from. And if you look at ES at this time, ES is already in this 1 minute imbalance. I don't know if that's the right one. No, that's the right one on NQ anyway. As you can see on ES, on the 15 second, NQ came back down, filled this 1 minute imbalance, and took this low in the imbalance. So SMT right there. ES didn't. And then this 15 second imbalance got inversed. So I entered with 10 contracts, risking 0.58%, about $290. So this is the super internal model right here. Right there, as you can see. And obviously this is valid to the internal high. So I had partial profits at the internal buy side and then extended take profits to the data highs. Because, this is the 1 minute model, whatever. And I was aligning that with the 15 second model right here. Yeah, so price chopped around for a bit. Sold off again, very close to my stop loss, but I didn't get stopped out. You can see very, very close. Literally $1 away, 50 cents away from my stop loss. And I was like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? That's stupid FOMO. Why did I take the trade? But I held. And then obviously I took 2 contracts off. Only 20% of my position. That is another mistake on the day. I should have took at least 50%, ideally about 80%, because it's the internal high. It's the trade you're confident with. So standard deviation is right there. That has not been hit yet. But anyway, that is obviously the internal high. Really, it's here, but I don't know why I had it there. And it's not even it's a 0.95 R trade, so I'm not happy. It should have been, if there's 1.1, that's okay, but 0.95, not really good. But I scaled 20%, so I made $50. The rest got stopped at break even, which is fine. I got away with my mistake, luckily. Because this really isn't deserved. This is a FOMO'd entry. It's still a valid entry. It's still aligning the model, aligning the draw. I'm trading the 15-second model. Price is fractal. It's still the SMT. The low was protected. The imbalance held. It's still a valid trade, but I should have took more off. Because if I took 80% off, it would have been $200. Took 50% off, it would have been like $130. $50 made. The combine's at 51,000 now, which is nice. Nice round number, whatever. The combine hasn't moved because I didn't take a trade on it. Still minus 39. But I missed the entry. This should have been the trade. It was a perfect trade. I just missed the entry. which is annoying. It hurts, but it is what it is. It all comes down to experience. Obviously, I've only been trading like this since the 18th of November. And this was on demo anyway. I've only executed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, now 7. This is my 7th day executing on this model, so it's okay. I think it's fine. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So yeah, 8 for this break-even day. 8 out of 18 days traded executing with this model. So I'm really not worried. I'm not like, oh, I must make money, I must trade properly. Oh, I must trade properly, but I must not care about it because I'm just going to submit to the process. So yeah, the trade ended up being right. I ended up being right. My bias for the day, my outlook for the day was correct. And just open an image for you real quick. You can see I charted it, you know, data high. That was just for the sake of putting it on there, but that was for the sake of just putting it on there. But obviously, this is where, yeah, but I didn't know where to put a stop because there was no SMT. That is what I struggle with. When there's not an SMT, I didn't know where to put my stop. So that's something to work on, something to go into the weekend thinking about as well. I guess if I'm trading the inverse, then have it below the inverse. If I'm trading the change in the state, have it at the protected high or low if there's an SMT at the change in the state. But it should have been the inverse trade today, so the stop should have been below the inverse, obviously. But yeah, just hesitated, then FOMOed into a position and got away with it, making $50. So can't really complain. Like, it's not a bad day, but it could have been a lot better. And I'll take the next half an hour or so to journal that with my daily template and whatever. It's not the best result. I had high confidence that data highs would be taken. My overall idea was correct. I FOMOed into the position. I didn't take more than half off at TP1. I FOMOed into the position, thinking about the dollar amount really. And lessons to be learned, just don't hesitate. That will come with experience that I still need to get. It's been a month. Been 18 trading days on this model. So with that being said, that is a recap of today. Peace.